Alright, I swear to God, this foggy lens thing is just really driving me fucking nuts, but whatever. So I know how this looks, but it's... You know what, I tell you what, if the fucking Ford garage would have treated people right, probably would have stayed there a lot longer. I'm just kidding, I'm fine. I'm okay with it, I'm good with it. We had a good run. So, what the hell are you doing anyway, Rick? Well, feller decided, well, I got called a communist and every other damn thing because I was going to do some work for people today, and then so peer pressure set in and I decided I'd do my own thing, so I went up to Squatch 253s this morning and picked up the disc after I mounted the tire on the wheel that I restored, which I didn't make a video of it because we got plenty of tires and wheels to do. Fuck. And now it's kind of warm outside. It's like 82 degrees and humid as shit. So I just realized that I'm sweating. I just came in from outside and I had enough of that garbage. So I'm putting this in the window. Oh yeah, that's better already. You can hear over here in the background, we got the air conditioner. I'm giving her a test fire. The rest of the week is actually supposed to be in the 60s for highs, 60, 70, upper 60s, lower 70s, somewhere in there, and then 40s for lows. So that'll be perfect, but I wanted to give that thing a test run. I probably got to pull the filter out again and blow it out, but other than that, she's ripping and roaring. Here's me putting the video in the pipe right now. Going full send, upload, boom, done. There you go. We got a plethora of work in the window there to do. I was gonna hope to knock a couple of those post-it notes off there today, but whatever. Respect the holiday or something, right? Yeah. Don't be like that, Rick. Work on your own shit. So that's what I'm gonna do. I got this, my uncle Ed, you guys see Ed in the comments and whatnot, premieres, Workfest, all that stuff. So he gave that to Katie. Needs a little work. Feller ordered carb kit for it. I got belts coming for it, but I don't know when the belts are coming. I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear about the belts because it does have forward and reverser belts. So we'll worry about that later when we get them. So we're going to put the carb on. We're going to change oil on it. We're going to see if we get the thing running. The kit that I ordered comes with fresh air cleaner, spark plug, all that stuff. So she's going to be fresh and tight and right and ready to go. Hopefully. So let's get into it. Boy, it's that air conditioner works so good in here. Oh, I can just feel it. Oh, God. And things like on the hottest days when it runs 24 hours a day, when we're pushing that 100-degree mark, it's like $3 a day to run that air conditioner in here, and it'll keep it 66, 68. Sign me up. I will even skip drinking beer on those days if I can fucking have air conditioning, because speaking of beer, what did I do with it? There it is. I can smell it. I've suffered and sweltered and fucking in that kind of heat working on stuff. I'm not here to do that anymore. The next, I think the next upgrade in the shop is going to be a electric garage door opener, because feller's got to do it manually. And my thing is running vehicles in and out. There's so much delay there from open the door, get in the vehicle, pull it out, shut the door, or vice versa, that you're going to lose a lot of cool air because cool air settles. So it will rush out pretty quickly. I'm going to look into getting a garage door opener. Maybe find one. Maybe I can find a used one that's in decent shape or whatever. See what we can do there. You can find a lot of them for 8-foot doors. It's harder to find one for a 10-foot door that's not a commercial opener, but we'll see what happens. Let's get into this tiller and quit bullshitting, shall we? All right, guys, after a minor delay, we have some refrigerator problems yet again in the house. pack things in coolers. I was gonna bring a bunch of it out here, but my wife wanted to keep it in the house so it's easier to get to and whatever else. So she shipped all the shit out here that only I eat, so that way if I want to have it while I'm in the house, I have to go back to the fucking garage, whatever. And it doesn't matter. So that saga continues. I had some problems with it earlier and it's freezing up, and I thought I had it fixed, but I guess we're gonna be digging into that fucker again tomorrow. So maybe this time I'll try to make a video. It's probably why I didn't work for me, because I gotta fucking make a video or something. I don't know. Maybe that was the problem. I have no idea. So I'll be into that dirty bitch tomorrow. So here's the old carburetor. And when I got to looking online on the old fucking interweb, I found this one. And they actually make a kit. It's a carburetor replacement kit for these Troy-Bilt tillers. They come in a variety of sizes and applications. So they make you a kit. I want to try to find the fucking number for you. Where is the box? What did I do with the box? Is there a box? Where's the box? I know there was a box. I just cut the fucker open. What did you do with the box, Rick? Oh, it's up here. Ah, here it is. No number on the box. So it must be on this packaging. This one. This one. See if it's on this packaging. There's a number. B07WDHPSDP Pro Chaser Carburetor Kit. Pro Chaser 215396. That's, I believe that would be your number, but you can screenshot that if you want. So we're in. Turned out the cheapest place to get it was fucking Amazon. Plus now the shipping costs for most of these companies are getting insane. I don't know how the hell Amazon's still doing 2-day shipping on stuff. I know the prices are going up, but whatever. It is what it is. I'd buy it local if I could get it, but everybody else didn't seem like they were too entertained with fucking buying the shit or finding the shit for me, so whatever. Napa said it would have, but it wasn't available. But okay, so I bought it. So couple of cool things here. So depending on your application and how your throttle or your choke works is controlled, they actually give you an entire kit. Choke plates, lever, gasket, all of that, so you can set it up for your machine. Because like I said, there's a variety of different tiller applications. Most of them take that same engine, but they're configured fucking differently. So this is just for that, which is, I think it's just fucking kick-ass. Personally, I think that I like that. They aren't out there fucking around with trying to make you buy this, that, and the fucking next thing. They're actually selling you an entire kit. So if you have that lever, which I like that lever better. I don't know that it'll work. Huh. And then you want to look here, I'll show you a second. Your choke plates either have the small holes or the large holes. You're going to want to look at your application, where this one has the larger holes on that, but I kind of want to know if I can use this. I don't think I can with the other. I like this choke mechanism versus the one that I have. Is kind of like a little nicer, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I probably could modify it, but we won't do that today. So what happens here is you take your choke rod that you're matching the one that you have in your old one. So this should be it's just a different color. Don't be racist. Slide that in. It engages into the hole in the carburetor, and this little spring on the side engages in there, and depending on how you turn it, sits like that. So now I want to look and see how this configures it. It's basically just a friction fit. You're just trying to install this based on friction, which to me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little skeptical of, but especially when the fucker doesn't necessarily the hell. So these are the things that I'm gonna throw a light on for you there. These are the things that bother me sometimes. Maybe I'm just not understanding the concept here. There's these little divots on there that are supposed to line up on either side of this rod, and they don't seem to be, maybe they're not exaggerated enough that they work how they're supposed to. Not sure. So I'm having a hard time with. Yeah, they don't seem like they're, or the chokes, the plastic portion is not tight enough. I don't know. Just slides out of there. Seems like that's a little hokey to me, which you know what, for fucking 20 bucks, what do you fucking want in the world? So what we're gonna do, take this one out, right? That one fits a little bit better. We'll just swap this one into here. The whole reason we're doing this is because the bowl on the other one, the body of it's just junk. As you can see, garbage. That's not gonna work. It's not worth, for the money. The rebuild kit costs like $4 less than rebuild kit is like $4 less than the entire carburetor assembly kit, including spark plug, air filter, fuel filter if your inline application applies, all that stuff. So that works just fine. There we go. So this, what happens is they made that slot a little too wide, and if a guy was in a pinch and you don't have the old carburetor to take apart, just go ahead and take a pliers, and you probably want to exaggerate those a little bit, or set it up so you could punch them and make those dimples a little bit bigger. But this application, I'm fucking not gonna. So the carburetor is essentially assembled. That's pretty much it. I like the brass versus the, oh, hold on. I like the brass fuel line inlet versus the plastic one. Big fan. Like that. That one's cracked because of weather. I am a little interested. I wonder if it's a plastic float, but I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not going to take it apart to find out. So yeah, all that's left now is installation. We got our gaskets for everything, hose clamps, fuel line if we need it, all that stuff. See if we can get this thing together, shall we? Okay, so oh, I'm not even fucking prepared. What's new? Thought I came prepared. I did not come prepared. So you can see here, I went and hooked up the linkage, and then I remembered to turn the camera on. So there you go. Linkage hooks through, but that little spring there hooks in from the opposite direction. It's a little bit of a cluster to get the fucker in there, but carb bolts. So one thing it does not come with, it does not come with carb mounting bolts. So you have to have your the old bolts to hold the carburetor on, or you're gonna have to figure out something else that'll work for you. 10 millimeter, I believe. I hope. I think. Maybe. Possibly. And I'll tell you right now, I'm sitting on the old lounge chair, just working away. And if it wasn't for your fucking the leg on this tripod here being in my way, feller would really be able to kick back and relax. So you might have to fuck right off for a second here. Now we got it's a 10 millimeter. It's a Torx head. Over on this side, it's a little bit of a clearance issue, so we'll figure that out here in a second. I might need a Torx bit, and that's gotta get shut off. I don't want that shining in my face. All right. It's like a T something or other. I have Torx bit screwdrivers out in the service truck, but I don't have them in here. Huh. How the hell did I do? Yeah, Torx bit here. I know that. T30. Let's try a T30. You want to try that? Here we go. That fit in there? Oh yeah! Oh yeah, real good, real good, real good. It's a bit though, so it needs a driver socket, so I don't know how well that's gonna work either. Well, I'm looking for one. That's a swivel. Bear with me. I gotta figure out a little bit better organizer. I gotta have gloves. He has one of these Montezuma toolbox. How he organizes all his little adapters and shit, because feller hasn't quite fucking nailed that one down yet. We're found it. I'll use the impact right. Walk it. You know, like your swivels and that stuff where the peg can't go through it, because they put all those nice little pegs in there, and yet no, I'm not cross-threading. Now we can go back to the socket, because you gotta have a variety to fix this stuff around here, eh? Or a wrench. A winch? A winch? Oh, yeah. Oh, there, that's better. We don't need to be dicking around with it. This is much better, right? Some beach somewhere. Well, we could do that on this one. Yeah, sometimes, you know. You ever worked on anything? Sometimes it takes a bit. Dog barking? Fuck's dog barking about? Alright, we'll see what the dog's barking about. We'll finish this thing up. Okay, so the kit comes with a new pre-filter. I'm actually not sure which direction they want this. That goes in there. So I'm assuming we want to do, I don't know if they want the screen in which direction. I don't know that it matters. Does it even matter? Small engine guys go pissed off at me for something. That goes like that. This goes over here. My ratchet, what are they going? It's up here. Ah. Perfect. Carburetor's installed, air filter's installed. Okay, so this kit also comes with a new spark plug. So we're gonna go ahead and change that as well. The new one is 3/4, but this one looks like it's 5/8. So I don't know they come with the correct spark plug, which isn't necessarily uncommon on these things, I suppose. I guess we'll have to match them up and find out. Doesn't mean that this has the right spark plug in it either, so. Like I said, this is a kit for this engine, so. But there is a variety of spark plugs that they come with as well. So I guess we'll. Okay, so we're not even going to be close on the spark plug. That is a spark plug. That's the old spark plug. That's the spark plug that came for it. Not going to work. This one's definitely flooded, saturated, but I think it still will work. And it is a holiday today. There is no chance I'm getting one unless a gas station box one. And I'm not going to the gas station because F it. Champion RC12YC. RC12YC. Okay. So if that spark plug doesn't work, I'll just have Napa throw one in the order in the morning and I'll have them run it up when they bring up my other things that I have coming. Until it's a problem, I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so the next project here is going to be changing oil on that drain plug. There's one on either side of the block. Is going to be a 10 millimeter. We'll go ahead and drain the oil out of this thing. Nice part about having this thing on the lift. Drain pan's really accessible. No problems at all. We'll go ahead and drain that off real good. I think you're in a half quart region on these engines, if I remember correctly. You're right in that area, so don't expect to see a lot out of it. Okay, we can put the drain plug back in. This does not have a filter on it for y'all that aren't familiar with these small engines. No filters. So it is important to change your oil frequently and often. So what I did here is I took and you'll notice this has a dipstick on it here, check plug there, and there's also a check plug on the other side. Many times, depending on the application, they did not have the dipstick on them. This is more of a owner convenience kind of thing. Traditionally, you check the oil by pulling that plug and seeing where the level was at. I just use it as a sight glass to fill the engine up. In this application, I'm going to use straight 30 weight. A, I have it on hand. B, this thing's not going to get ran in the wintertime anyway. So there's no need for a multi-weight oil in it, in my opinion. Some may, well, you could use 1030 in that. Yeah, I fucking could, but I'm not gonna. So when it comes down this, if you're using it in this application, you gotta watch carefully because it's actually running right down in front of the hole on your, oh, see what I did there? I was watching the other one too much and not paying attention to where I was filling. Okay, give that a second to run down here. We kind of wipe things off. I can see it coming up in that lower plug. Go ahead and put our dipstick back in there. I kind of want to see where the dipstick wants this versus how I kind of think I should have it. And dipstick has me right in the middle there on the full line, so I guess we agree. Just bring that thing pretty much right up to the bottom of the opening there, which is kind of the general rule of thumb for most of the older Briggs engines. Bring it right up into the threads on that. We'll go ahead and put this lower cap back on. There's no need to start it and recheck it on this, in my opinion. You certainly can. There's nothing to really check for leaks. You already know if you're going to have an oil leak on your drain plug. It's not a pressurized system. It's an oil bath system. It slings. It doesn't have any pressure that can blow anything out or anything like that. I will grab some brake cleaner here. I installed this little rack behind me on the hoist motor a couple of weeks ago. Really enjoying that. The rack over by the door is wonderful, but the basics, having them right there at your fingertips when you're working on stuff is very nice. So we clean this up a little bit, get kind of the grunge and the whatnot off of it. And when I get into the pressure washer, when I get that out, we'll probably hit this thing with a pressure washer. The underside is pretty packed full of material. So, oil's changed, carburetor's installed, air filter's in it. We don't have a spark plug for it, but that's okay. I want to get this thing lowered down. I want to get it on the ground, and I want to see if it runs before we get into too much more work on it. All right, so a couple of things on this. Choke is this direction. Your throttle is here, all the way to the left. If you're looking at the front of the machine, all the way to the left is stop. All the way to the right is full throttle. So turtle this way, rabbit that way. So they tell people things. So we're on choke. We're at mid throttle. We're halfway. I don't know if this bastard's going to take off or not. I think the tensioner's backed off enough that it'll slip the belt and not want to crawl, but it should. Yeah, should be all right. We'll get into the rest of that and after we see if it runs. Ooh, that was promising. A lot more promising than what I had before. So we'll go with a little bit more throttle, a little less choke. It wants to go. I know it runs. I'm second engagement here. Wow. I just want to stop. Yeah, this will be fun. Ready? Okay. Whew! She's got some traction and a little weight behind her. Damn. Make a fat kid sweat. Okay. It runs. Runs beautiful for fresh carb. And we got a lot going. I was suspect of that. We have to get into the drive, the belts, throw some new belts on it. I figured I'm going to see if I can find the new cables. I took this one apart before, and it was completely seized up. Moisture comes down through here. This thing sat outside for a while. Moisture came down through it. It rusted that cable inside. Chances are that cable is compromised on a few coils. So I'm going to see if I can find new cables for it, OE or aftermarket, whatever. We can make them work. And so that belt tensioner, once I pulled it, it just stuck and wanted to go from there. But she runs, and it knocked all the fucking dirt out from underneath there, so perfect. I don't even have to look at pressure washing it anymore. So the next thing on this thing, guys, is going to be the final drives, belts, gearboxes, change oil on those, and put some new cables on it. But obviously I got to order parts, and we'll do that in another video because this one's getting way long enough. If you guys like what I'm doing, throw me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, get my notifications. Memberships are down there if you want one. I do appreciate it. I thank you guys all for your help on the channel. Whether it's a membership, a super chat, just watching, checking out an ad or something like that, or what have you. And I'll tell you what, the people that are throwing stuff my way and helping us build this farm up, Bob Bates in particular, been using the Super C for plowing, and the old Bertha, the Economy Power King, for tilling in a garden. The John Deere is probably going to get put on corn planting this year. It means the world to me, guys. It absolutely means the world to me. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys have been so amazing to me on this YouTube thing, and hopefully we got a lot of fucking long ways to go. Oh, beer's good. Stick around for full-length videos, video shorts, live streams, and we might be having a new beer game this week because, yeah, we got to change her up. See you again next time.